Picture two colleagues, same company, similar roles. One, we'll call her Alex, earns $110,000 a year. Step into her apartment, and it's impressive. An 85-inch screen dominates the living room. A designer sofa anchors the space. The kitchen gleams with high-end appliances. Closets are full, some pieces still tagged. And yet, Alex checks her bank balance with tension. 2 tight months, and things get uncomfortable. Then there's Ben. He earns $65,000. His place is comfortable, intentional, a good TV, a kitchen stocked with what he actually uses, a wardrobe that fits his life, not a version of it. Ben logs into his banking app without anxiety. He has 2 years of living expenses saved. He invests 25% of every paycheck automatically. Same company, vastly different levels of security. This isn't about income. It's about the hidden relationship between possessions and financial freedom, a relationship most people never examine. Alex isn't reckless. She hasn't made dramatic mistakes. She simply built a lifestyle that requires every dollar she earns. Ben figured something else out. Owning less doesn't mean living poorly. It means living deliberately, and deliberate living creates margin. Margin creates security. Here's the idea that changes the equation. Everything you own costs money twice. The first cost is obvious, the purchase price. The second cost is ongoing and often larger. Storage, maintenance, insurance, repairs, mental bandwidth, opportunity cost. That stationary bike isn't just the initial purchase. It occupies space that in many cities quietly costs hundreds or thousands a year in rent. That classic car isn't just a one-time indulgence. It's insurance, upkeep, storage, and maintenance running 8 to 10% annually whether you drive it or not. And then there's mental load. Every item demands something: cleaning, organizing, maintaining, thinking about. Clutter isn't neutral. It consumes attention. The largest hidden cost, though, is opportunity cost. That $20,000 gaming setup could have been invested. Left alone for 15 years, it might have multiplied several times over. You didn't just buy equipment, you traded future flexibility for present ownership. The sticker price is the entry fee. The real cost is the ongoing subscription. So what separates someone like Ben from someone like Alex? A few simple rules. Rule 1, calculate cost per use. Before buying anything, estimate how often you'll realistically use it. Divide total cost by that number. A $300 appliance used 5 times a year is expensive. A $2,500 mattress used nightly for a decade is inexpensive. Cost per use cuts through impulse. Rule 2, apply the replacement test. Walk through your home and ask, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I buy it again? Be honest. If the answer is no, it's likely occupying space without delivering value. Most homes contain artifacts of past interests and past identities. Not everything needs to follow you into your current life. Rule 3, don't upgrade out of boredom. If it works, it works. A functioning phone doesn't fail because a new model exists. A reliable car doesn't become obsolete because it's familiar. Many financial setbacks don't come from dramatic mistakes. They come from quiet, habitual upgrades. Rule 4, make saving automatic and spending intentional. Human behavior follows friction. If buying is effortless, you'll buy. If investing requires effort, you'll postpone it. Reverse that. Automate investments. Move money on payday. Introduce waiting periods for non-essential purchases. You don't need extraordinary discipline. You need systems that reduce unnecessary decisions. Rule 5, understand the lifestyle multiplier. Major purchases rarely stand alone. A jet ski requires storage, maintenance, fuel, gear, possibly a towing vehicle. A pool requires chemicals, cleaning, equipment, furniture. Large purchases create ecosystems of cost. Calculate the ecosystem, not just the item. Rule 6. Define enough. Most people never define it, so as income increases, lifestyle increases alongside it. Without a defined ceiling, spending expands indefinitely. Decide in advance what kind of home is sufficient, what level of car meets your needs, what standard of living feels complete. Once enough is defined, additional income builds wealth instead of expanding obligations. Rule 7. Measure wealth by optionality. True wealth is the ability to choose. Can you leave a job that no longer fits? Handle an emergency without panic. Take time off if needed. Every purchase trades liquidity for possession. Sometimes that's worth it, but every trade reduces flexibility. The person earning $200,000 and spending $190,000 has less optionality than the person earning any thousand and spending $45,000. Income is visible. Optionality is powerful. And here's the part most people overlook. Minimalism and financial security reinforce each other. Owning less lowers your required cost of living. A lower cost of living increases savings. Higher savings reduce anxiety. Reduced anxiety lowers the urge to consume for reassurance. It becomes a virtuous cycle. The opposite cycle exists too, and it's common. High income, high spending, low margin, persistent stress. Income doesn't determine which cycle you're in. Structure does. So back to Alex and Ben. Alex earns $110,000 and feels stretched. Ben earns $65,000 and feels stable. Same environment, different cost of living, not in rent, but in lifestyle. The real question isn't how much do you make, it's how expensive is your life to operate, because the lower that number is, the more freedom you create. And freedom, not accumulation, is the point.